We will now begin the South Carolina postgame news conference. We've been joined by head coach Chad Holbrook, along with student athletes Jack Winecoop and Gene Cohn. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Holbrook and then take a few of your questions. Once we get to questions, if you'll allow us just a few seconds to get one of our floor mics over to you. Coach, a few thoughts on the game.
Well, congratulations to Missouri. I thought McLean threw an excellent game. He located his pitches. He kind of had a soft balance with his changeup, and then when we did put the ball in play, they made some pretty darn good defensive plays. And I think the game came down to there in the, I guess, the 8th inning when we had second and third and nobody out, and they brought Williams in, and he closed the door on us. And we had a part of our lineup that we would want up with the game on the line, and felt certainly we would get one, if not two, there and tie the game and try to win it late. But you know, the Williams kid was better than our hitters in that 8th inning there, and he kind of overpowered us. And their pitching was the difference in the game. I thought that Winecoop gave us a great opportunity to win, throwing on short rest. He pitched his tail off. We just didn't do enough for him offensively.
Questions for South Carolina? Any questions? Start on the front row here on the right side, on our right.
Jack, how did you feel about your performance today?
I think I struggled to get ahead of hitters a little bit and struggled mixing my pitches. And if you see what Reggie went out there and did, he did a good job of mixing and getting ahead of guys. And but you know, I battled with the stuff I had and tried to go out there and give us a chance, and it just didn't go our way today.
Other questions for South Carolina?
It's for both players. With this loss,
go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just going to ask the student athletes if you guys will get a little closer to the mic.
Yes,
that'd be great. Thank you. Sorry.
Yes, no problem. For both of you guys, with this loss, the realization that in all likelihood you're not going to make the NCAA tournament, ending a long run for South Carolina. Just your feelings about seeing the season end this way.
Jack.
You know, it's not the way we want to go out, and you know, there's a long tradition here of going to the postseason. I'm just happy to be a part of such a good program, and hopefully that's where we'll be next year.
Gene, any thoughts on that?
I feel the same way as Jack does.
Other questions? Second row here on the end.
Coach, I know you've been around this league for a long time. What do you think Missouri's chances of grabbing an NCAA regional at this point?
I've been so worried about my own team. I hadn't really given much time to think about others, but when you win 15 games in this league, generally you make the tournament. And when you win 15 games in the regular season, you deserve to be in the NCAA tournament in this league. I think every coach that coaches in this league will agree with that, and that's the way it should be. They win 15 regular season games, won a game here in the tournament, they should be in the NCAA tournament.
Other questions for South Carolina? Come back to the front row here on the right side.
Coach, were you surprised that y'all weren't able to string together some more hits today, put up more than one run on 6?
Well, yeah, I'm surprised, but you know, we had a couple opportunities there, and again, second and third, and nobody out there. We got to push a run across and make things interesting, if not two, and tie the game. And you know, we haven't been a very consistent team offensively all year long. And this game was somewhat of a indicative of how our season's gone from an offensive standpoint. It's we'll show flashes, and but the inconsistent part of what we were able to do offensively often reared its head at the wrong times, and that was the case again today.
In the back, go ahead.
Chad, same question for you as for the players with the NCAA tournament run likely to come to an end. Just your feelings about not being involved in NCAA tournament.
Well, it's very difficult, and you know, this baseball program has been good for a long, long time, and will continue to be good for a long, long time. As bad as I feel, you can't have great years, and even sometimes good years every year. In this league, sometimes you play the competition that we played against, and you faced a lot of things, and a lot of things didn't go our way. You can get, this league can eat you up, and it did. And yeah, I'm disappointed, and and I'm the head coach, and I'm responsible for that. And but this program has been good for a long, long time, and I'm not going to let, and I know these players aren't going to let one difficult year define them, define me, or define us as a program. And that's going to be our attitude as we move forward. Yeah, it's been a struggle, but this isn't who we are, and this isn't who we're going to be. We're going to move forward the right way, and South Carolina will be back. And I hate that these kids went through this year and they feel some responsibility in regards to the NCAA tournament streak, but next year we can start another streak. And if I have the right kids in that dugout, I think that they will. Again, these are great kids, and we've had a difficult season, but they're going to face a lot harder things in life than this baseball season, and we got to pick ourselves up off the mat and not let this season define us, and get back to being who we are. And I have no doubt in my mind that's what we'll do.
Other questions for South Carolina? To the back.
Max's health, his situation, can you take us through what led to him not being able to?
He just can't swing. I mean, his wrist hurts so bad. He gave us everything that he could down the stretch. It's just too painful for him to swing the bat effectively. And I hate it for him. He wanted to play in the worst way. He really probably couldn't play Game 3 against LSU, but he just talked his way in there. He just wanted to be in there so badly, and to help his team and help our program, help his teammates, and he just couldn't do it physically. It's too painful for him to swing the bat, and believe me, he tried. He tried all morning in the cages today before we came over.
Any final questions for South Carolina? Okay, thank you, guys.